Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success with another large group here. We are beta testing the open strategy, which I will be starting in about trading live in about 15 minutes, so you can see how it works. We've made some changes since yesterday that I wanted to make sure I go over in detail regarding the platform, which I will make available for free today, as well as the scalping indicator. Again, will be on this video for free, a custom script that's amazing. So we'll go over that, and then we'll go over the strategy again, and why I changed my layouts and what my scanner settings are to find these right now. But again, the book that they're going to be putting out about this, they're getting professional traders to trade this. We were one of the group asked to beta test this, so it's not out yet. So I won't have a link for the book, but hopefully in the next couple of months it'll come out, so we get a chance to see how it works, give our advice to maybe tweak it, and make sure you read this. Disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You should seek the advice of a licensed person before you trade. Don't just trust anybody on YouTube. Somebody that's licensed you should trust. This is an entertainment channel trying to teach you ways to make money day trading. I'm going to remove that. Make sure you read that. And to make $100 a day, $200 a day, maybe $500 a day, maybe more. Now, we have a lot of videos in the archive that show me trading and making $40,000 in 30 minutes. Originally, a year ago, it was more like $5,000, and then getting with a large group of traders, I got to be better and better and better, and that went up where I took bigger chances, more confidence. I think Mark Douglas helped me with that from his book Trading in the Zone, which I have a link for as well. I was reading it before that. But, it's good to go back and read books that are good, because you're in a different station, in how you're looking in life, like how you're looking at the market. And I always find I can garner more information when I reread something. So Best Loser Wins, Tom Hougaard. Again, reread that if you haven't. If you haven't read it at all, I have a link to it. These are different authors that I believe in. I will always put books up that I believe in. The $1 Million Margin Club book, The RV Strategy, Day Trading Volume 1. That's a must own if you don't already own it. That's a great book with a great strategy. That's a large cap strategy, really the only scalping large cap strategy. Day Trading Volume 2, or the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. I know they're doing some different stuff with that too coming out before the end of the year, which is good. If you don't own that book, that's the only book that rates all the patterns. So when you see the pattern, you can kind of know what the accuracy of that pattern might be based on all these other information, traders and professional traders that collaborated. Their names are mentioned in there. So that's a really good book, highly rated. Both best-selling books, Day Trading Volume 1, Day Trading Volume 2. And then there's the third one, which already sort of augmented that the Candlestick Playbook, which is 66 candles to mastery or something like that. I don't know, but there'll be a link to it. So anyway, now let's go over this layout again. I think I talked to you about what it is. Let's go. This is a 1 minute chart. This is a scalping indicator. This is a reduced day chart. What we do on the day chart, we look at the close from yesterday. You can just see it to the right of my picture, $137.66. Then you look at the ATR down here, right? When I go back over the candle, you'll see that was $10. You divide that $10 in two. You take half of it from the close of yesterday's candle, and you add it to get the ATR high, and then you subtract to get the ATR low. This is our first range that we really want to set our profit levels, for the most part, in between the bulk of them, and then maybe a few on the outskirts, just to give you a range of where you should expect price action to go. That is part of the strategy. That's why it's on this layout, so I can quickly get to it. And then this is the active trader buttons in here. Again, I think you might want to go hotkeys if you really get into this, but I'm going to show you how it works with buttons right here. This is the level 2. I've kind of minimized it a little bit so you can see. Again, when you're following an exact strategy that this is, a lot of these things that we're so used to using may not come into play as much because you're reacting so fast. This strategy only goes for 15 minutes, okay? Then you have the 5-minute chart down, one of our 5-minute charts right here. You open this up and you'll see this big mess, but this is on 10 days back, this is a Fibonacci level, part of the strategy. You're always going from left to right, whether it be peak to trough or trough to peak. It's always left to right. You click, then you click again at the other level, and then nature's mathematical formula opens up. So many traders follow these levels, come in and go out based on these. You're going to want to mark them. I think mostly the people that don't put them up is they don't understand them. And I know I'll get some emails about that. But there would be no reason not to have these levels up, because these are everything is based on historical data where price action has stopped, rested, or turned around before. And how does that happen? It's accumulation of traders, right? You want to know what they're thinking. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, guys. I'm not the only one that says this. I'm sure you've heard it over and over and over again. But, you know, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine when people say, I don't need, all your lines are crazy. You don't know what you're doing if you have lines and all. And that just proves they don't know what they're doing, and they're probably not doing well in, I shouldn't say they don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry. What that means is, to me anyway, and to my group, a large group of friends, is they're probably struggling. They might really know what they're doing, but they're having trouble with following a plan. They might be geniuses. So I'm retracting that statement because that's definitely argumentative. But it really means that something's wrong. Traders that are making money don't attack other traders. You know, they don't say, you don't know what you're doing. They just don't do it. I don't know anybody who does that, because we know how hard it is to make a living. You know the journey that takes 1, 2, 3, 4 years, how much money we lose, how many accounts we blow, how even when you've got it, you can suddenly not have it, and you need trader rehab and so on and so forth. So you don't see us going around calling out other traders ever. You know, professional traders don't do that. And if they do, then that means they're probably having a problem. So I reach out to those things and traders and say, everybody trades differently. If you don't want support and resistance lines, if you don't want mark levels, and it's working for you, then you should absolutely not do that. Okay, you should not do that. I find, and my circle of traders find, that why in the world wouldn't you want them? You know, why not have one more leg up besides the volume indicator, besides multi-chart alignment, besides the other things that we look for when we're coming in and out of trades, right? So we're all looking for something else. Now, there's a lot of something more, always looking for something more. And when people come out with new strategies, it's great if they test them correctly. Like these guys are beta testing with lots of professional traders to see, can there be an open strategy that isn't just like rolling the dice? It's not just buy high and sell higher and you know, without any rhyme or reason for it, except just watching that volume indicator and watching that level too, which works. It works for a lot of traders. Obviously, really good traders can do that. And then other people struggle because they have difficulty reading level two. So what is this about? This is about trying to create a way where maybe you don't need to be a master at that. And I do say maybe, but you do need a day trading plan. You do need to practice in a sim, and you need to follow a plan. That's the biggest thing, is whatever strategy, you have a max loss per trade, you have a max loss for the day. If things aren't going well, you walk away. And then retrading in the zone, don't beat yourself up, because we all lose all the time. It's a random situation, and that's part of the thing you have to be ready for. So we have a few minutes left, guys, so I'm going on about this other stuff, just stuff that has come up in questions just from this one strategy. But this is a 2-day Fibonacci level here. So this went from the trough to the peak. Right now you can see where these profit lines are marked here on different candle areas, right? And you try to, if you can, catch more. It's a little subjective sometimes. Catch more as you go across, then you do that. Now, if it's inside these two areas, which are marked between, this is a 5-minute chart here, right? So that's marked at, let me just reduce this for a second. Yeah, these were marked, I think I just said, but just in case I went on there, these were marked between 7:30 and 9:15. That's what the strategy calls for, 7:30 to 9:15. The lowest in the high and the low in between that level, right? So this was at 8 o'clock. That was the lowest level between that time. And then this was marked at 9:10. So that's about 10 minutes ago. It was the last thing I marked. And then I kind of knew the range, so I went ahead and did profit lines. I did add this one when I put that up. But you want your profit lines above the pre-market high and below the pre-market low. The rules of this strategy, the guidelines of this strategy is you do not trade in between. You're waiting for the level to be broken. That signifies you're good to go, because it's sort of, for the most part, hopefully, it's telling you the direction you can expect the stock to go, at least in the morning hours. So at least for 15 minutes. That's what it was tested for. 15 minutes, trade the open. Now, I know their book is going to be for 90 minutes all the way with 4 different open strategies. We are trading the shortest one. You've seen me trade the 30-minute one that goes, I think that goes an hour into the market. And they have one that's 5 minutes after the first 5-minute candle after the open session, the first 15-minute candle after the open session. We'll be testing all those. I think the book's going to come out in a couple months, but there'll be a lot of back testing data based on this from a lot of traders. So we're pretty excited about it. Yesterday was good. I'm going to go over a lot of the rules as I'm trading it, or a lot of the guidelines, or whatever, how it's supposed to. I mean, look, this is just, trading is discretionary. You can do whatever you want to do, right? So we're just trying to, this strategy, we're just trying to show it how it's meant to be traded. But if you're that good and you can break out of that, great. A lot of people want specific guidelines to follow, and they want to feel like if they follow them, there's a better chance than not, again, all probabilities, but a better chance than not that they will make money. So many things come into play, though. If you break your rules, you don't get out at max loss, you don't follow your trading plan, you get impatient, you don't wait, because you don't take trades in the middle here, and sometimes it takes a while for it to break one of these levels, and you need to wait. And the other thing about it is that if it's breaking the level, you can only, the guidelines for this strategy is you only trade green candles. So let's just say this is a level that a candle started at right here, and it started at right above this level, like right here, and then went down and it turned red. So you cannot trade that candle at all until it breaks this level. Why is that? It has to be green before it breaks a level to go in. That's a question I'm getting asked a lot. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? After it turns green, the next level you can trade it. That's what the back testing has shown. You don't want to get in when it's red. Now, it's like, because it might seem like it's gone way down here and it's turning around and it breaks that level, but it's still red because it started above it and went down. And you don't jump in right when it turns green. You wait for confirmation it's continuing, because through back testing, more times than not, it did not continue and it turned around and you got sucked into a loss. More times than not. Not never, just more times than not, according to back testing. That's all the data that I'm reading and being told. So we're going to trade it like that. At least I'm going to try. I'm only human. I'm sure I will make mistakes. I've made mistakes the last few trades I've done this with, but overall I followed, I think, to the letter, and I'm trying to do that for you guys. I believe I could scalp this right here, especially since I know from the pattern playbook, day trading pattern playbook. Now, pre-market, you don't really go by patterns much because there's not enough volume. Patterns are much more accurate with higher volume, right? So remember that. But if this was during high volume and I saw this going up with a hanging man right there, I would know that there's a better than average chance, like a 75 to 80% chance, this is going to change its direction and go down. Exactly what it did. So if I saw something like that, I would take it, especially since it's the top of the volume profile here. Now remember, this is set for intraday. So I have this set for intraday. Let me just make sure. Time frame here. Yeah. So this is set for today, right? So that's so important. I have a video about how to do that. There's a lot of videos on the channel that you're going to want to watch. How to set up scanners so you don't have to pay for it, through Thinkorswim. There's a way to do that. How to see which way the market's going every day. Again, these are just maybes, but I mean, how to do that, how to speed up your computer and platform, videos about that, how to set up this volume profile, how to get all these free custom scripts. There's 10 of them, totally free. We're a community share channel. Everybody's ready, I assume. I know I am going on, but we're waiting for the open, so we just got a few minutes left. So you're not going to see us sell anything. You're not going to see me promote books that sell you things. But that doesn't mean there's not good things out there that you should go buy. I'm just saying here, community share. You know, I used to be a math teacher. I'm just putting forward what I know, and hopefully it's something that you can use. And a lot of us are involved in doing that and collaborating with our subscribers and other professional traders to try to bring you more and more strategies. So hopefully you'll subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share, because that's what we live on. The monetization of YouTube pays for a tiny, it doesn't really pay for anything yet, but we're hoping it will help pay for a tiny staff, and then we can continue to do these. We are starting to grow a little bit, so we're excited about that and what we have to offer. But remember, we're an entertainment channel. We're not licensed to give you advice to trade. So you have to be very careful and remember that, and then learn yourself. Trade in a simulator, talk to licensed people, check things out. Not just another YouTuber, by the way, that's unlicensed. Just check things out yourself. You're the best person. Is it working for you? Can you come up with a strategy and a plan you will actually follow? That's so hard for every trader. Every single trader has that problem. But if you're still losing after 2 years, you're average right now. So don't beat yourself up. Now, maybe after 5 years, you might want to, maybe it's not your lifestyle. I don't know, but who knows, right? Could be people that started after 10 years and killed. We've got just a couple of minutes left. So I told you about how we set it up, what we're looking for to break it, basically break levels, basically how it's traded. I've showed you this platform, which I will make available. We decided on Dell because of the scanner settings. So right now, guys, I know I got asked that a lot. The scanner settings are set your ATR for 5 and above right now, a price of like $10 to $500. All right, and then you really want to try to have a higher volume, but if the ATR sort of speaks to the fact, if your ATR is over 5, it sort of speaks to the fact that your volume's pretty high in there for price action, moving the price action that much. So I know that they're going to be tweaking and having specific settings that they'll put out in the book. Right now, Day Trading Volume 1, which is a logbook that I helped put out years ago, does have some criteria for open strategies that I still use to this day. So that's one I always have a link to because I was instrumental in putting that out. We have 1 minute for the market to open. Now, we do not trade according to the guidelines of the strategy. The first 1 minute, you're waiting for all the market orders to shake out. So you watch it, you wait, you set your scalpers indicator up after this ridiculous thing's going to take off here, and we try to get it so we can read it properly because it's about to spike off the screen with the amount of volume that hits. But Dell did hit that scanner nice and strong. Well, it had a 10 ATR, you saw it. So we're hoping that this is going to either break the low or break that. It looks like it's going to break the low. It broke the low on the pre-market already. Look at that. There's some fibs down here. There it goes. So we're off. And there goes the scalping indicator. So this is really important indicator you're going to want to get. It's free. Pull it down. There we go. That might be a little low. Guys, everybody's good to go. So on the second candle, I'm looking for it to break that. If it's already broken it, then I'm looking for it to start trading it at this fib. So it looks like it's going to go down, but it's still too early to tell. We've got 15 seconds. I'm going to hold my cursor over the sell button. I see a lot of price action coming in below the point of control on the volume profile, so that's telling me that it's going to 35, that's 48, 40, 30. I'm taking it right there. All right, what did I get it at? 37. So I got it at 37, which is right here, right above that. So I actually should have been, I thought I was more on that line, but so we're looking, this is our first profit level, so we're looking down there. I'm going to take that. That did not hit the, I got that. Wow, that wasn't, oh, that's right. We're only trading 100 shares. I was like, that's not much money. So this is not reconciling, guys. It looked like I took that trade too soon. But the, look at where it's saying that it's at right now. It's 136.27. So that is, oh, God, no, that's right. I did mess up, guys. Sorry. And now I'm messing up on the next candle. Man. Yeah, I was thinking long, not short in my head, and I messed up on that one. Not good. So I can see that the other people made $40 and I did not. So when do you get out? I have a max loss of $100 on my 100 shares, or halfway up a candle. I'm going to stick to the $100 and see how we do. I got in legally off that fib being the next level down, and I got it at 61. So that's below it. So I am a position below where I should be right as it just passed through it, but it does seem to be going the wrong way here. So if I got to $100, I would get out. But this is going to be tight here because our share size is small. So any kind of a miss could wipe out what you have because we have a very small share size here. But I'm holding it into this move. I'm watching this, looking for it to be like 135.45, 135.40-ish. See if it can hit down there strong. So that turned out to be a green candle that I got into. It was red when I got into it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. I am just messing up like crazy. I resold. Sorry, guys. I do know what I'm doing. My head, I have that I'm going long, and it's got to be corrected quickly. I'm gonna run into a real problem here. So we're looking for it to break the next level down there, which would be 135.45 roughly. If it breaks that, I can go back in short. Otherwise, I cannot go in. Wow, it hit it for a split second. There it is. So I'm in now. I'm going to get out right there. That must have hit the level because it was 25 bucks. So I don't know what I got it for, but I looked at the money and I was like, that must be hitting the level. Wow, one of you's over $100, man. That's great. Yeah, I definitely misplayed that by double selling. And we probably, it's a rule breaking thing for the most part, as you guys know, but so I'm just going to catch my breath a second, slow down, figure out what the heck am I doing here. Let's get this a little bigger so I don't get so confused. Because I know I'm better than this. Apparently the coffee's not kicking in. So this is an untradeable candle. It has to break this level, 135.19, before I can even think about it. And I see one of you's in a trade, and I don't know how that's possible. Did I miss something there? Because it started down here, so yeah, I don't understand how you're in a trade, but you can see we're still shaking out this shaking out the strategy a bit. So it broke through there. I actually can take that trade. I'm going to take that trade because it broke up and then down here. So what is my price at? 134. I'm going to get out. as I broke this profit at this profit level right here. This is going to be hard because this is only 100 shares, so we should expect not more than $100 or $200 probably at the most. I'm so used to obviously thousands of dollars, but this is a way to make some money at the open before you try your other strategy. Would like to have gone maybe 500. Oh boy, I got out too soon, huh? Wow. So that would have been a way better profit for me. Now this is discretionary. You don't have to take the next profit line. Yeah, I should have waited for the fib, honestly, and I cannot take another trade here. That starts to go down on that red candle. Take that there on that 134. I'm looking for it to get down near the fib if possible. I'd like to hold it longer. I'm looking at the market maker because I don't want to get thrown off by the candles again. And to get to the fib. It's going down. Oh, wow. That was good. So I broke 100 on that one. It hit the fib up here on the market maker, so it went down to 40. So I took that. Looks like every trade's short so far. That's for sure. We are down here. Man, let me just get I've got till this candle closes before I can trade again, so I'm trying to regroup. You guys are doing well up there. So I can go in here. Is this the same? This is a new candle, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. Wow. So here we go. Can we break the 134 and keep going? It is working. It's tight. I mean, you got to. Wow. I'm going to take that profit level. It could keep going, of course, but I am keeping the trades probably a little tighter than I should, trying to show you that, you know, don't take chances. That got me up to 146 with 100 shares. So I moved almost a point and a half already. Can't trade this. This is just a situation where it opens here and then just goes up. So now you'd have to wait for it to break this level unless the other candle opened. You know, right now this candle would probably be untradeable unless it does a sharp turnaround. But the next candle, you kind of want to catch it if you possibly can. Because it depends on if it's going to go down or not, you know. So if it's going to break 135 maybe up there, look for it to a sharp turnaround. That's the 9 moving average up there. Right there. I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? 134.69. So I played it off this level here, hoping it's going to turn around. If it keeps going up, then I'm in trouble. But it was a legal trade, according to this strategy. But I also felt strongly it was going to turn around. Could just be stopping at that fib, you know. I'm always, because I'm showing you, it's always more stressful for me. I'd rather just be trading, you know, just to check it out without having to be so perfect on the way the strategies, which clearly I am not. Wow, did I miss that move? I missed that going down. I'm just going to get out now as this goes up. I missed it. I should have got out. So, yeah. So we've got a few minutes left. I was looking at you guys when it turned around. Could have got that at a little bit better position, I think. Maybe been closer to 200. It'd be hard to even break 200. There's only like 4 minutes, three and a half minutes left. Can't trade that candle. As you can see, it opened here. So you have to only trade red candles. Whether you go long or short, that's not the issue. You just can't trade it until it breaches the. So in this case, it would have to open above and go down through this level to be tradable. Not because it's turning red there. So it has to come down here now to be a legal trade, which is, this has been checked out, like how you don't get caught in the loss by you might be going, come on, you're just right there, but it's like, that's why people are testing it. What is the average thing that happens? There's the point of control. It's literally pulling it down right there. It's consolidating right along this point of control. And that's where from 4 a.m. till now, this is where most of the price action is. That's the mean center. That's why having that there is a good idea. As I'm talking through this, I'm losing valuable trading time, I guess, but see that open below it again. It's theoretically is untradeable unless it turned red and went through here. That's untradeable. So it gets to here. Wow, that's too bad. So, but it is stair-stepping up. We probably would have got caught in here. That's a nice little doji there. Yeah, I would have probably got caught if I tried to trade that. So I can see maybe this is it. It's not going to give us another opportunity. We've got one more possible candle, unless this really turns sharp here. Come on. Turn red right through that. Right as you pop there. Go red. Now go right through that level. Right through that level. Come on. That's 38. You're right there. Was that? Oh, I thought it said 34. Ah! That's all right. It worked for me. Okay, that was an error. I got in a little early. That's okay. So we'll look at 34 possibly. But this is the last trade, so I'm going to try to hang a little longer, guys, to see what is the pot, and then just get ready to get out. It might come back down to where it was here. Now that's the bottom of the volume profile. That's a sign to help it turn. Remember, use your brains and your other indicators along with the strategy. It's a very hard strategy to explain quickly and feel like you've got a real handle on it, because it's just these little lines, and with a less, I wish this was closer to 2,000 like yesterday with 1,000 shares, but I don't know how much I might have slipped. Wow. So that's starting to get very nice. I'm going to hold through that move, that second candle. Oh, nice. You guys still in that? Technically, we have to the end of this 1 minute if we wanted to trade it all the way. That's what this has been argued about forever. What does 15 really mean? The beginning of the last candle? The end of the last candle. Since we don't take a trade on the first candle, I'd say it's a no-brainer that, wow, it hit that fib. But that fib is where I'm going to get out if it hits that again. That was real close. That could be it. I think it hit the fib and it's done. It's turning around. One more. Give it one more second here. I'm going to take that. Oh, God. All right. You saw me do the same thing twice. I was hovering over the sell, and I went in and sold instead of covered. It's not my best trading experience here, guys, but not because of the strategy. So that was it. $262 with 100 shares in 15 minutes. I would say that's a success, especially since I screwed up a couple of times. This should be over 300 if I didn't make a couple mistakes there. So right after I said, like, I'm going to try to trade it perfectly. Yeah, so that's not bad, guys. That's not bad. So let's do a little recap and see if I can, unless I want to blank it out of my mind, see how I did. I just did a double check to make sure I wasn't in a position. That's how out of it I feel I am right now. You know what it is? I didn't have my double espresso this morning. Normal, I just had regular coffee. I think that makes a difference. I saw this one thing one time in an Omni magazine where you drank coffee and you were all hooked up to the brain so they could see inside with their MRIs or whatever, and you watched it all light up, and then over time, as you drank more and more coffee, then the lights got dimmer and dimmer because you got used to the coffee. And it was like, what does that really mean? It took more and more coffee to light up your brain. Of course, that makes sense, right? It's kind of scary though. But I didn't even start drinking coffee till I was like 30 something. I should have just never started. Anyway, that has nothing to do with trading. Sorry, guys. It was an interesting article though. So here we go. This was our first candle. So that was a no-brainer. We jumped in, made money there. I think I got out. I don't know if I was able to capture a little trade there. Maybe, because that would have turned red. No, I don't think I got that, because if it opened there, if it turned red, it would have had to be after that line, and probably looking at how it was forming, I'm hoping I was not dumb enough to take that trade. This next trade, though, is a no-brainer. So it started up here, then broke it. The second it broke the fib, that's a trade. I probably got out right away, judging from this big green doji, and that's a reversal sign. So if I was able to catch a trade, I probably was a little apprehensive about it. Then another one here where it was red and then came back down, and then it turned green, so you couldn't trade it until it came right back down here again. Or you probably should have waited till there. I think I actually, well, that's right on the line. That's a hard one to call. I probably traded that and just got out. Then this was green. You guys are going to look and see. But we'll be looking back at it too. So this one again probably got in right here or right here and took that. That's a legal trade. Got out somewhere. I think this is the one where I didn't wait for it to get to the fib. I got out early and I left some money on the table. And then this is another one. I think I was talking and I missed the initial break and I got in late. I'm somewhere around here. I think I got in late, and then I made money on that one. And then here's another one. Hopefully, I think I captured that big move. I'm pretty sure I did. Then you couldn't trade. Then there's another one that's captured. So really, you think about how many winning trades based on their levels, following what they say. There's like maybe one losing trade if you followed it exactly, which I think was right there, or maybe right there. These are all winning trades if you follow. So this is why back testing is important. You wonder why have the profit lines based on historical data? Well, if you follow the way somebody sat and figured this out, and then hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours now testing it, somebody really came upon by just seeing the picture in the picture, like, well, why would the lines help? Well, they do. And they are historical data profit lines. So here's another example of them working. Like we didn't get caught in these moves here because it told you don't do it. And then you caught that and it worked. I think I did a double here and got both of these. And then I mistraded by selling more shares. But a couple of times I sold it twice. I'm not sure how that ended up, if it lost me money or made me money, but some of you guys are still trading, but they wrote down their, so we could, everybody wrote down what they did. So right at the 15-minute, so we could check. But I see somebody over $400 there now. I think I was in second or third place, and we'll have to see if that was legally in that, because if that doubling down gave me more money, then that's not really fair. So, but anyway, good strategy. I'm sold on it still. Again, on the scanners guys, I know people are asking about that. I think 5 ATR up. It gave us a large number of stocks to choose from this morning. We set it at 20, and I don't think there was an ATR. We had over 20 stocks we could have chose from. Then you've got to look in, like, you start to look at their patterns. What is their volume like throughout the day? Because we weren't really setting the volume, because if it doesn't kick off on the pre-market, you know, I don't want to lose a stock. So the pre-market isn't going to give us as big of an answer. So you look at the day before and see what is the average volume, what is an average volume per candle, because you kind of want, you know, you really want like 20, 30,000 per candle, right? At least not 10, 5 or 10, so that you have an opportunity, especially if you're trading large share size. Like if we go in with large share size, we want more than that. We want like 50,000 per candle, you know. So like this one right here is at 35, the current candle, 43, see right there, 46. So this is a good stock, which is, you don't need 100 shares. You don't need this much volume, but it helps it make a difference. So none of this could be traded. Isn't that sad? You see that move, but data would tell you if you're doing this strategy, you don't trade that till it breaks the pre-market high. You don't trade that move, that this is going to fade and you're going to get caught. Now that just told you it's going to fade. So if you know your patterns, all right, that's a dragonfly or a bull doji, and that's an absolute reversal pattern at the end of it. That's enough of it to call it a 1 minute trend going up. So you know you have at least one downward move. I don't know how strong it's going to be, but since this has all been down, probably that was it, and now it's going to go down. But I don't, nothing's for sure ever, you know, so I don't know. But all right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We're trying to bring you different things. I would rather be trading the RV strategy, to be honest with you, because I can make a lot more money, and I feel I just know that strategy so well now that I find it really hard to lose with that strategy. When you sit down at the computer and you're just too restless and too, like, if you sit down, I don't care. I'm going for it today. I'm tripling my share size. I don't care. That other guy, you know, he made $5,000 and, you know, I only made 200 and I know I could have made 5. I'm just going to, you know, just stop yourself from doing that. Don't do that. How do I know that happens? I know that happens because it happens to me. You just feel like, I just don't care. I just want to trade. I'm going to make big money today. Market's going to go my way because I told it to, you know, right? Anyway, there's my wisdom for the day. Just hold up. And there used to be, there's a joke we tell her for us older guys here that watch that movie, Heaven Can Wait, with Warren Beatty, Julia Christie, James Mason, one of my favorite older movies in the 70s. And there's a Buck Henry says a line, hold off on the body. You want me to hold on? I've never heard of such a thing. Hold off on the body. They're trying to get him a body because they took him to heaven too soon and they made a mistake. So they're trying to put him back in a body. It's a great story, but I always think of, when I say hold off, I think of that movie. All right, my little quirk, sorry. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay inquisitive, stay green out there. We'll keep showing you stuff. I hope things are going well for you. All right, see you soon.